Hello everyone, what is cooking, all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location, a very cool spot. We're on top of a church, it looks like. Well, there was this picture down here that we got to see of it. So there it is. And, oh, it keeps flipping upside down. That's because we're looking straight down, so that never really helps. But there you go. The real question is, where in the world is this? And I'm thinking it could be a few places. I was thinking Mexico for a little while, but I think I'm going to change that. And I think I'm going to go with Chile. Let's go sort of, I don't really know where. San Fernando sounds right. Make the guess, and the answer was Brazil. So there you go. We were near Salvador, and we were in a place called Amargosa. Amargosa, hopefully some of you guys figured that out. Well, figured out it was Brazil. I doubt any of you guys figured out that it was the city specifically, except maybe Batalon. Batalon might do really accurate Brazil guesses. You never know. 1645. All right, here we are in today's daily challenge location. And what do we got here? Another busy location, a place where there's a lot to see compared to some of the more sparse, more remote daily challenge locations. No, this one is, well, I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's near some kind of smallish port town, but, you know, we got a lot to see. There's a boat, all sorts of things. Wow, and there's also some people over here. This is a really nice place. You know, I don't live near the ocean, so I don't get to walk along places like this and go have a lunch on a nice picnic table over here right by the bay. That would be really nice. I would like that. Like, I would like to go sit on a dock and just, you know, have the water around there. There's not, there's no, I mean, there are lakes, but I don't know, they're kind of far away. I don't live on any one of the Great Lakes or anything like that. I mean, the rivers, but rivers are boring. This is very cool. I'd like to see more of this stuff. And I don't get to see big boats at all, ever, pretty much, because, well, again, rivers and all that. The only boats I get to see are very small boats. So yeah, this is a pretty cool location. I like it a lot. And you know what? Since it is the daily challenge, that means it's up to you guys to tell me where in the world do you think we are. All you need to do is put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world you think this is. And in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner, the person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming today's top GeoGuessr, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? All right, here we are in the main section of today's video, and today we have got a viewer challenge as we always do, but today it is by Crashes to Ashes. Thank you so much, Crashes to Ashes, for sending in this one. This one is all about the Summer Olympics. As we all know, the next Summer Olympics are in like a year from now, actually, right? They're in a year from now, and I totally forget where they are. Wow, that's a weird feeling. I totally forget. Oh yeah, they're in Brazil, right? Yes, they're in Brazil. Correct. They were not in Brazil in 2012 and 2014. Yeah, they're in Brazil, of course. I don't remember why I forgot that. And then after that, they're in South Korea. And after that, I don't know if they're probably finalizing it right now. I felt like I remember the cities that were in the running for 2022. I felt like Chicago was one of them, but maybe it got beat out. I don't know where they're going. Chicago would be cool. I'd like that. It's kind of close to where I live. Not really, but there you go. So anyways, Summer Olympics. So this one's all about Summer Olympics in no particular order. Of course, when we get to them, I'm going to try guessing the year, and then I won't look it up. And, I'll just say it out loud, and you guys will be able to see. You know what? I will look it up. All right? I will look it up. So, and yeah, I'll look it up. So that's going to be very cool. Thank you so much, Crasher to Asher, for sending this one in. If you're interested in creating your own custom challenge, all you need to do is look down in the old description below, find a step-by-step guide, how to create your own custom challenge, and how to find this one. Yeah, also you can find a link to this one. And how to send it to me. Also, you can find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. So let's do it. Boom. Challenge accepted. Okay. So we are starting off in none other than a European city of some sort. I don't know which one. High School Musical 2 on stage. Wow. That is extremely sad. High School Musical 2 on stage. Cafe Helsinki. Are we really in? I think we are in Helsinki. Wow. I've got to admit, I don't know when these Olympics would have been. Summer Olympics in Finland. Are we truly in? Yeah, I do think that we are in Finland. The Centrum sign. I feel like I've seen that. A place in Helsinki called Helsinki Cafe, Helsinki Express. Wow, very interesting. So Finland had the Summer Olympics in a year. Now, it's not in recent memory. That's obvious. But the 90s, I feel like the answer to the 90s is maybe, but I don't think so. The 80s, no. The 70s, perhaps. The 70s or the late 60s. I'm going to go with... first of all, I got to figure out what years they would be. Oh, God. All right, so... summer... Oh, geez. Math is going to be super annoying here. We're talking about 2016 being summer, so we're talking about... Well, the summer ones were every... Okay, yeah, because the summer and winter were all in the same year, but what year did they happen? All right, we were in 1976, should have been one. So 72 or 68? 72 or 68, which one? 72, Helsinki. That's where I'm guessing. So I think the Olympics were in 1972 in Helsinki, Finland. First of all, let's find out if that's where we are. We were indeed there. All right, so let's find out. Helsinki Olympics, 1952. Wow, even further away than I myself thought. 1952. No wonder it was not in recent memory. I had no idea that Helsinki had the Olympics at all. 1952. Craziness, right? All right, so where were we? At least I guess long ago, right? So I knew it wasn't a recent one. Well, now where are we? That's a very good question. I don't know. Moves and S. 1916. Oh, shit. Maybe... Oh, okay. That's a good clue. The cars are on the left-hand side of the road. Alliance Stadium, Sydney. Well, those are the... I don't want to get the year wrong on this one. That would be the 2000 Sydney Games. The 2000. 2002 being Salt Lake. 2004, Athens, Turin, Beijing, Vancouver, London, Sochi, Brazil, Pyeongchang, 2018, and I don't know what 2020 is. All right, see, I've got the most recent ones down, but there you go. So we are in Australia. We are clearly in and around Sydney somewhere. South Dowling Street, King's Cross, Wollongong, City Newcastle is down that way. So Newcastle is in that direction. So that seems great. I'm guessing we are. Oh Lord, we're in tunnels. Okay, well that's going to be annoying. So let's go to Sydney. Sydney Olympics. These are the first Olympics I remember watching. These are the first Olympics I remember. I remember watching. I remember the Nagano Games happening, but I can't remember anything of them. I was a very young child, and I remember my parents talking to me about the Olympics. The Nagano Games are the first time I remember learning of the existence of the Olympics, and the Sydney Games are the first ones I remember watching. Do I remember any moments from there? I feel like the only moments I can bring up are from the 2002 Salt Lake City games that I can really remember. Did anything notable happen in Sydney that I would remember? I feel like there might have been something about swimming that I should be remembering, but not really. I think the 2002 games, there may have been something that happened with speed skating that was pretty crazy, where Australia won on that like final where everyone fell, and then of course Canada winning the gold medal in hockey. Men and women, or just men that year? I don't remember, but I do remember the men's game. I remember running out into the street and everyone was all, yeah, I mean, it happens every damn time. It happened last time we won. It happened the time before we won. It didn't happen the time before when we didn't win. It happened the time before, which is the time I'm talking about now. Well, not now. Well, I'm talking about Salt Lake, I guess. So, yeah, there you go. So, there you go. We're in Sydney, and of course, I guess that somewhere around, I think we're like down over here. Let's make the guess, and the answer was, much closer into the city than I thought we were. And just in case, I'm going to Sydney Olympics 2000. Okay, we're good. Sydney Olympics happened in 2000. I was correct on that one. I can remember recent memory. That's good, right? Where are we now, though? Oh, this one's going to be a bit more difficult. My Cars by Expert. Honestly, I don't know where we are yet. What language are we reading here? Let's go check that out first. Okay. So these would be the Athens games in 2006. No, we already went through this in 2004. Turin 2006. Athens games in 2004. Now, what do I have any memories that I remember of those Olympics? I mean, honestly, look, I'm Canadian. I'm a Winter Olympic guy. So are most people around here. There's so much more cool stuff that happens in the Winter Olympics, mostly because Canada does really well in the Winter Olympics. So that's why Canadians like it. Of course, rooting for the home team is always good. And there's a lot of sports that like curling. I mean, come on. Do a lot of other countries even have a chance in curling? It feels like probably not. Which is surprising that they're adding more events in curling in the 2018 Olympics. Don't get me wrong. I like watching curling in the Olympics. I don't watch like the Tim Hortons or what is it, the Briar Cup or is it the Briar Cup? I don't really know. I don't watch Tournament of Hearts. I don't watch any of that stuff. I'm not like a real curling fan. But in the Olympics, curling is actually, it's pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. So, hey, more curling at the Olympics. That's good news for me. But we're talking about the Summer Olympics here. I keep bringing up the winter ones because what is there to talk about at the summer ones? What happened in Athens that I can just bring off the top of my head? In Athens, Athens was the first year of Michael Phelps, correct? But it was to 2008 Olympics, which was the really, really which was the one where everyone remembers. That fraction of an inch finish. I think, was it in the relay? No, it wasn't in the relay. Because he did it against another American, I think. Or maybe it was in the relay. I don't know. There was some crazy finishes, man. That 2008 Olympics in swimming was nuts. Also 2008 with Usain Bolt. Oh, man, that was the 2008. The 2008 Summer Olympics were definitely one of the better ones put on. I'm sorry, London, but the 2008 Summer Olympics were really, really good. And China put on a show, right? They poured all the money into them. they've got to be. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not the most expensive Olympics ever put on at this point. You don't know what happened in Sochi. I feel like a lot of money was spent on that. But those 2008 Olympics, those were some good Olympics right there. It's kind of sad because it's kind of sad for the London Games, because it was like, Michael Phelps's closing chapter. So it wasn't as interesting there. I feel, So it wasn't as interesting there. There was the, what was it? Usain Bolt again won, but didn't beat the world records. Yeah, again, it's like 4 years. There's a lot of time. You can't, if you're lucky enough to get in one Olympic Games at the top of your game, then you're not going to repeat it 4 years down the road. I mean, God, you're 4 years older. That makes a big difference, right? So the 2008 ones were rightly timed to have some all-time Olympic greats, right? There you go. I mean, would you say, you would put Usain Bolt as an all-time? Yeah, you would. Definitely. I mean, some of those, the turning around and all that stuff, oh, man. And Michael Phelps as well. I mean, you got to give it to him, right? One of the greatest Olympians of all time. Am I wrong in saying that? I don't think I am. People don't talk about that much, but definitely for sure. I don't know, but gymnastics, was that more interesting in the 2008 Games? Probably. Just China versus the USA. Did China blow everyone out of the water that year? I don't think they do. I think there's always pretty stiff competition, China, USA, on the maybe Russia too, but I don't know about Russia in the more recent years. But definitely the gymnastics is also is also a pretty good one as well. But there hasn't really been, someone who's in the sort of more recent history who's really, risen to the top like that. But anyways, we are in Athens, so we're going to do that. That was 2004. Make the guess, and the answer was yes. And then I'm just going to, just in case I'm right, but Athens Olympics 2004. Great. Got that one right as well. I can remember the recent ones. Oh, okay. Well, I believe we are going to be in London here, 2012. If I didn't remember that one, that would be a real shame, wouldn't it? Actually, hold on. Let's do something a little bit more fun. 2004, and what was the other year? 1896. 2004, sorry, 2012 and 1896. Would that be it? Would those be the two London Games? 1896, or was it 1900? I believe there were two London Games, and I think 1896 is it. Maybe it's not. Would it be? Am I getting the year right? Perhaps. I'm going to go with 1896. It feels like it rings a bell. So there you go. Maybe I'm pulling a smart one out of my ass right there. Maybe there's been other ones. Hell, maybe there's been one in like the 1920s or the 1930s or 40s or 50s or 60s. Because I mean, anywhere between even the 1970s to the first ones, and I feel like the first ones were in 1896. And I think they were in London, although they may have been in Greece. Maybe it was the 1900 Games, although I feel like those were in Paris for whatever reason. But there you go. Okay, well, this gives us a good idea of where we are. What have we got? What kind of cool... Oh, look at that, a big... Jesus, where are we? Pyongyang? North Korea? Look at this building. That's what it looks like to me. That's pretty cool shape. There's the big dildo. There's St. Paul's Cathedral. Is that right? This thing is like, one of these two things is London Bridge, I'm fairly certain. And Tower Bridge is a little bit further down that way. Is that correct? I don't remember my London geography that well, but I know it. I know it decently because I have been there. And I have an okay memory for this kind of stuff. So we then must be we then must be something like right here. Let's make the guess, and the answer was, okay, well, you know what? We probably ended up on this bridge. My bad, but whatever. 6371. So, London Olympics. Let's find out. Oh, okay. You see, I've made some mistakes here. 1908, London. 1948, 2012. See, I forgot. I thought one of the first ones was in London. But I guess maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was Athens. Oh, maybe I forgot one of the Athens game. Athens Olympics. So now that I think about it, one of the first ones should be in Athens, right? Athens Olympics. Oh, they had the 1896 games. And intercalated games? I don't know what that means, but that's fine. Okay, so Athens had 1896 and 2004. So I guess, I got some of them wrong. I got, first of all, the location of the 1896 Olympics wrong. But then I, forgot one of the Athens one, and of course I didn't know two of the London ones. Whatever. I knew there was an earlier one, but I didn't remember when it was. 6371. Is it at least the 1900 games in Paris? All right, well, we'll figure that out near the end, maybe. So where are we now? We are in... Japan, I believe. I'd be surprised if we weren't. I feel like we're in Tokyo. When were the Tokyo Games? Oh, that's tricky because it's not Nagano, right? Nagano was 1998, but I feel like 98 was a shared... Okay, 98 was a winter game, the first just winter game. And then there was 96 or something, which may have been... Oh boy, now I'm getting very confused as to when things happened. Was 98 the first alone winter games? Because they used to be in the same year, right? There was 96, like Lilyhammer, or was that 94? Lilyhammer were winter games. Was 90... One of them was... I thought there was one that was tied with Seoul. It was like a Seoul Olympic Games. Oh, now I'm getting all messed up. Atlanta. Wasn't that in 96? Jeez. That's... See, now I'm getting really confused. So the Tokyo Games. Right? Because we are in Tokyo, right? Be honestly very surprised if we weren't. Although, we could be somewhere else. We could be... There are other Japanese cities that I should be considering. Whatever reason, I've just assumed we're in Tokyo, but I mean, we could be in Osaka. It's almost the only other one that I'm really considering here. But I think we are in Tokyo. So let's go with Tokyo on this one, just because. Make the guess. Yeah, we were in Tokyo. Okay. Tokyo Olympics. Let's find... Hold on, I got to guess. I think it wasn't in the 90s. I think it was in the 80s. I think it was 82. No, hold on. What year would it be? I can't just say 82. 84. 84. Right? The 4 years after the Los Angeles Games. That would be it, right? 84. So we're doing Tokyo Olympics. Oh, don't tell me it's 2020. 1964, Tokyo Olympics. 1940, 1964. Oh, look at that. The 2020 games are going to Tokyo. Oh, that's going to be fun. Oh, that's a nice logo. I like that logo. Look at that. So the 2020 games are in Tokyo. Oh, that's going to be nice. I like that. Um, yeah, I approve. I like the logo too. It's a bunch of flowers and stuff like that. So 1964 and 1940. Okay, those are Olympics that I don't remember. And Paris Olympics. Paris Olympics 1900. Yes, I remember that. No, 1900. Paris would host the second. Okay, see, I remembered Paris hosting the second. So at least I remembered that. And what about the 2022 ones? 2020. Oh, it's probably not done. 2024 Olympics. I doubt that that's done. No, nobody knows. Something. 2024. Bidding for the games, and it'll be announced. Okay, so no one knows that yet. Boston apparently has a bid on it. Do we know the 2022 games? Do we know who's getting those? 2022 Olympics? These are the ones I care about more. They probably gotten figured out. Yeah, bidding. All right, bidding. The host city will be elected. Oh wow. Okay. Oslo, Norway, Almaty, Kazakhstan, and Beijing, China as the final candidates. Beijing. For Winter Olympics, what are they going to do? Build an indoor mountain? Oslo, Norway, 100%. Norway, I mean, come on. Norway hasn't had them in a while. Beijing had them in 2008. Look, I know it's 2022, but, most people in the world are going to remember the 2008 Olympics. And, I don't know. Kazakhstan, I don't know. There is I guess a sort of a sour mood in the air with countries that may not have the right finances to host big international games like that, or that may have the finances and host them in a sort of sketchy way. I don't know. From what I've heard, maybe that would be possibly not the great. I mean, look, what is a city like that going to do with all those facilities? I have no idea. At least a European country put into good use, I feel. At least have a bigger chance of putting them to good use. Norway's not the biggest country, but still, I don't know. I'd say I want Norway to win for sure. Beijing, come on, you've already had your chance. There's snowy mountains around here. I guess there are mountains, but I don't know. I feel like Beijing's a hot city, so there you go. 2209. Okay, so there you go. That concludes our trip around the Olympics, and I already forget some of the ones, but we started off in Helsinki, Finland. Then we went to Sydney, the 2000 Olympics. The first ones that I remember watching, Athens, 2004. Then we went to London, 2012, also 1908 and 19 something. Also, Athens had 1896, and then we went to Tokyo, which was 1964, and 1940, and 2020. So get excited, get hyped. 2020 Olympics are going to be in Tokyo. That is going to be a good one. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty sweet one. Also, Pyeongchang's going to be a pretty shit. I was going to say cool, sweet one. Where is Pyeongchang? Oh, there it is. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess it is an area, but that's going to be pretty sweet, right? I would say so, definitely. That's going to be a pretty sweet one. Tokyo as well. And yeah, that's just 2018, 2020. And then Brazil, well, we'll have to see. There was the World Cup in Brazil, and now there's the Olympics. How have the World Cup stadiums done? Who knows? Yes, it's up to the. I'm not sure the Brazilian people are particularly happy with this, so that's why I'm saying, Jesus, that's a lot of hosting. But hey, at least it puts up Brazil in the world's mind, right? People, Brazil's a very big country, and it puts it in the forefront of people's mind. I guess that's a good thing, right? They do a lot of business, I think. There you go. But I don't think the thing about it is that, maybe maybe people had like some sort of preconception about like what kind of country South Africa is, and then there was the World Cup in South Africa, and people are like, oh, I didn't think South Africa was like that at all. It happens in GeoGuessr all the time. We go over there, and it's like it looks just like you could be in America or you could be in Australia, and a lot of people in the world, wouldn't think that necessarily about South Africa. You see it and you're like, oh, wow, okay, there you go. This is just like anywhere else, so that's good. But I don't think people have that many kind of misconceptions about Brazil. So, yeah, but there you go. Doesn't really matter. 2016 Olympics. Get hype, right? Hopefully they go well, but hey, there are 2 others that look promising after that. I'm excited for the Winter Olympics. What can I say? I'm a Winter Olympic person myself. 38-49. I mean, it was a pretty easy challenge. So there you go. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.
Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.